When I first leafed through the pages of Maus, before I came to know any of its characters or stories, I was shocked by the illustrations of all the mice, and how many of them there were, and how indistinguishable they were from each other. Their faces all looked the same. It was like looking at a sea of cloned characters. But then I started to read. And I got to know Vladik and Anya and Artie. And suddenly their mouse faces started to stand out from the crowd. They started to look to me to be slightly different from all the other mice in the book. So what was it that made them noticeable, made them unique, made them distinguishably human? It was their voices and their stories. And it got me thinking about how easy it is to see a crowd of people as just that. A crowd of people. No one more or less important than the other. No one special. No one we really care to look at. No one individual. When a crowd of people are put together and made to look all the same, and treated all the same, they lose their humanness. They are essentially masked. And this is what the Nazis did to us during the Holocaust. They took away our faces. They took away our voices. They took away our personalities and our stories. They masked us. Now, as the generation of survivors dwindles, we are in jeopardy of another kind of masking, the masking of passing time, the masking of forgotten memories, the masking of apathy. The number 6 million itself can be masking. It is so large as to be incomprehensible, mind-numbing, and it can, in its own way, keep us from digging deeper, from looking further, from listening more closely, and from seeing the individuals within the sweeping numbers. In the Witness Theater program, it is our mission to unmask the faces and voices of the Holocaust, one story at a time. It is this mission that inspired me to create the following presentation called A Face in the Crowd. Please watch and allow yourselves to note what happens to your eyes, your ears, and your hearts when you can hear individual voices and see individual faces within a masked crowd. I hope it inspires you to take on the very holy responsibility of discovering the faces in the crowd.
This is a magical summer. My cousins and I are in the countryside and are free to run without hardly any grown-ups watching us. I've explored every acre of my aunt's property, every bee, every flower, every butterfly. And when I tire of things on the ground, I like to look up at the sky and talk to the clouds and count the birds that float past me.
Get out!
They say tomorrow be ready early in the morning at the shul. For what? We don't know. I pack only what I could hold in one hand. The other I used to hold on to my sister. She cries whenever we have to leave the house, but holding my hand makes her feel better.
Run!
Just last night, we stayed in that shtetl. The Jews there had been left alone, their homes untouched. They were wonderful people, and they let us sleep over, and they even roasted a goose for us. But this morning, just after we said goodbye, a plane flew overhead and dropped 4 bombs on each corner of the shtetl. Within minutes, the entire shtetl was on fire. And now, we are running through the fields. The planes cannot be too far behind us. I miss the time where a field is a place of peace and happiness and curiosity.
Hide!
I'm hiding here in this hay, listening to the sounds of the boots making heavy footsteps just inches from me. I know they will poke the pitchfork into this hay at any moment. I just pray it misses me. Praying is all I can do. I cannot move, I cannot sigh, I can hardly breathe. But praying I can do. I can pray as hard as I want.
Crowd in!
We are packed in like sardines. No, worse. A sardine cannot smell worse than it smells in here. My mother brought us a pot of jelly for us to eat on this journey, and now we have to use it as a toilet. How could this be? I look in the direction of the tiny window. Maybe if I think hard enough about the air outside, I will be able to imagine breathing it.
Line up!
It is so cold, and I have on only a thin cotton dress. It is raining, but they make us stand out here for hours. Then, they start to march us. We march past the men's barracks, and on the opposite side of the fence, and I see my father marching. I get close enough just to hear him say, "Blanca, tomorrow is Tisha B'Av." I think every day here is Tisha B'Av.
Give up!